Donald Trump has announced that he is ready to broker a deal between Iran and Israel, just like the India-Pakistan situation. He's even seeking help from Putin. This is essentially Trump's surrender. The man who claimed just last night that he would launch an unimaginable strike on Iran is now backtracking. Now here's what really happened. China's military cargo plane has landed in Iran with massive aid, despite the fact that the entire airspace is shut down. That's no small feat, and the real story about what's happening against Israel is just beginning to unfold. When Israel started bombing Iran, instead of launching missiles directly, they triggered explosions through parked vehicles, a cowardly tactic. Iran, in response, activated its defense systems. The Israeli attacks destroyed pipelines, vehicles, and buildings. Meanwhile, their own citizens were rushing to bunkers as if it were the end of the world. The real shock came when China stepped in with help, which completely shattered Trump's plans. Even bigger than that, Trump realized his 400 soldiers in the Middle East are now at serious risk, and that Dimona, Israel's nuclear site, might be targeted next. Iran has successfully tested systems aimed at that very site. If they manage to reduce Israeli cities to rubble, imagine what they could do to Dimona. Netanyahu is now pleading with Trump for help. Iran has destroyed us, but Trump is now saying, I'm trying to broker peace. Netanyahu, hiding in bunkers like a rat, has now come out, visibly shaken. His body language shows just how scared he is after witnessing Iran's retaliation. But the game changer is China's cargo plane. Despite Israel's strikes, China sent in support. While Israel was attacking air defense, communication systems, and nuclear infrastructure, China arrived with emergency support. What could China be supplying? Advanced air defense systems, mobile radars to jam Israeli F-35s, electronic warfare units to counter Israel's radar, jamming GPS disruption tech to blind Israeli drones and jets. China has systems that can neutralize Israeli jets by making their targets invisible. The same trick used against India's Rafale jets. Ghost images, blank screens, total confusion. If GPS-based systems are jammed, Israeli aircraft are helpless. Besides these, many more weapons and tech could be in that Chinese cargo plane, all delivered when global airspace is locked down. China is clearly saying, we're in this war, do what you will. Trump is now panicking. He can no longer see a way out. Netanyahu is desperate to drag the U.S. into this war. America was ready to attack last night, and now suddenly they want peace? Why? Because Iran turned Israeli defenses to rubble in just 18 hours. That's the truth. Now the world is pointing fingers at America. Their defense systems failed. Iron Dome failed. THAAD failed. And if Dimona gets destroyed, America's credibility will collapse globally. Putin has told America clearly, Russia stands with Iran and will actively participate if needed. Iran is no longer on the defensive. They are on the offensive. They've already announced more attacks are coming. So if a deal does happen, it won't be on Israel's terms. Iran is in the driving seat now. Yes, some Iranian facilities were damaged, but the core nuclear infrastructure remains intact. That's the part Israel couldn't touch. And Iran can repair the minor damage quickly. Netanyahu knows that if a deal is struck now, he will lose everything. He's terrified that if this ends diplomatically, he won't be able to start another war. The world has now seen how Iran turned Israeli cities into rubble. Netanyahu is no longer safe, not even in his own home. And if Israeli airports open right now, you'll see massive crowds fleeing. Such is the level of destruction. The real defeat is Donald Trump's. Israel was already losing. But Trump, the man who played both sides for his own benefit, is now completely exposed. Europe and the world now understand. If this war doesn't end soon, China and Russia will join in, and it could turn into a global war. And in that war, the biggest losers will be Israel, America, and their soldiers.